This is a 6-year-old female. As you know, the cheetah is the fastest land animal on the planet, reaching highway speeds up to 70 miles per hour. The speed is not their only tool. They have one of the best camouflage coverings in Africa, if not the world. And what the cheetah is trying to accomplish with its coloration is mimic its surroundings by being able to blend into tall grass and not be seen by its prey. It launches attack from about 30 meters out, and in 3 seconds flat, it'll be up over 60 miles per hour and start using its dog-like claws, cleats for traction, and its long tail for balance and support as it maneuvers and zigzags to capture its prey. Now, its favorite meal is the gazelle, but the gazelle is well adapted to the challenges of survival against the cheetah. In fact, the gazelle is only captured about 49% of the time. Now, on our left, the very gazelles that I'm talking about are the Thompson gazelles over here by the termite mound, the tan bodies, the black racing stripe, the white underbelly. These are the favorites of the cheetah. Thompson gazelles are also known as the Tommies. They get to be about 50 pounds, and they reach speeds of about 50 miles per hour. The Africanos call them Cheetos, and here at the park, their nickname for them are Cheetah Bites. Now over in the water to our right, this is our Flamingo Lagoon, and those are the greater flamingos, otherwise known as salt marsh flamingos. This lagoon is 3 acres, and we have 150 birds out there, the largest collection of flamingos in North America. Now Africa is nature's amazing natural treasure. It is home to thousands of plants and animals unique to the African environment. The African animals are remarkably well adapted to the challenges of survival in the wild, but do need our help with the challenges created by man, such things as habitat destruction, climate change impact, and poaching, to name a few. Today in our tour, I'm going to take you through several of our recreated African environments, including our savanna grasslands, our arid desert region, as well as our wooded forest. We have over 50 species of animals here. Along the way, I'll be pointing out their behaviors, their adaptations, and most importantly, their coloration that allows them to be successful in Africa today. It's all about survival, folks. It's either eat or be eaten. The African animals are well adapted to that challenge. They face it every day. Now, the enclosure on our right is for our black rhino's mom and baby. Little Ed's almost a year old, about 600 pounds. Him and his mom are hanging out in the back, and we can't see him from our level right here. So we're going to go on. We'll get another chance to see him on our way back. But during the late 60s, there were over 70,000 of the black rhinos in East Africa. Today, there's less than 3,000, and that total collapse is due to poaching. The animal's hunted for its horn, which is then carved into decorative handles for knives and daggers, or ground into powder for herbal teas, aphrodisiacs, fever reducers, and other medicinal concoctions. And as you might know, rhino horn is made of keratin, just like your fingernails and your hair. Now, I want everybody to look at the 2 rhinos across the water there, the 2 most endangered rhinos on the planet. There are only 7 of those left in the world. We have 2 here. That is the northern white rhino. That's the male that's closest to us, and our female in the back there by the green tree. We do have their DNA in the frozen zoo, but it's unlikely that the northern white rhinos will survive extinction during our lifetime.
It's okay.
Now the closest one there, Angalufu, our male is 40, and Nola, the female, behind him is 37. Both were wild caught in the Sudan many years ago. The northern white rhino has been listed as extinct to the wild for a long time now. After 20 years of civil war in the Sudan-Chad area of Africa, they are being considered extinct in the wild, like I said. It's like Angalufu's going to take a sun bath over there on the beach. Now as we come to the short canyon, I want everybody to look in the little gully down here to the right. All these white antelopes you see here are the ghosts of the Sahara. These are the addicts, the true desert-dwelling antelopes that virtually go without any water during their lifetime. Get all the moisture they need from the food they eat, the tubers they dig up with their horns, and the dew that's on their body coats at early morning in the desert. Now there's another type of gazelle there with the brown necks. Those are called the Adra. Also desert-dwelling antelopes. You migrate all over the Sahara. These are true desert-dwelling antelopes that virtually go without any water during their lifetime. Get all the moisture they need from the food they eat, the tubers they dig up with their horns, and the dew that's on their body coats at early morning in the desert. The white color is a true adaptation, allowing them to reflect the sunlight and stay cool as the temperature reaches up to 130, and that is hot. Now as we come to the gate, over on the right side we have our African bird sanctuary, and sunning itself on the rocks right here in the middle is one of our western rupal vultures. Warming up their body. And behind the waterfall, you see the beautiful Goliath heron, the copper head, and the battleship gray feathers. Now, when that bird stands straight up, it's over 5 feet tall. Largest of the heron family. Down here in the wadi, right next to the fence line, the white bird there is the European white stork that hangs out in North Africa. And then the beautiful blue crane. Down here next to the fence line, the beautiful blue cranes, the national bird of South Africa, the national emblem of the African Royal House of Zulu. Now on our left are the Patterson elands, named after Colonel Patterson, an explorer for the British Museum. Now both male and female have the same color, but the female's horns is longer than the male's, which is unusual, as well as the body of the male is the largest of the antelope family, comes in at 2,000 pounds. Females are 800 pounds lighter, which is a huge difference in the antelope family between male and female. Now get a load of Nola, our female, our northern white rhino over there. She's standing up for us. Get an idea what a rhino looks like. That's 6 feet tall, 13 feet long, and over 5,000 pounds. Now you might notice that her second horn there by her eyes is trimmed back. She has curly horn syndrome. Imagine a rhino with curly hair. Anyway, the vets have to trim that back for her because it puts too much pressure on the lower horn. Now years ago they let it grow out and they actually pushed the lower horn off her nose right there. So we don't allow that to happen anymore. Now to our left, right here underneath the tree and at the feeder, the russet brown colored antelopes you see there are the sable antelopes from South Africa. Beautiful brown color that you see there, a little baby there in the middle with the tan coloration. Now you see all the youngsters on the left over here by the feeder and the one adult female right here in front of us. The Patterson elands have their own social dynamic. They pick one adult female for the day who's in charge of all the babies. Everybody else gets to go out and play, go shopping, talk to the keepers, meet the neighbors. They actually switch off every other day. Nature's own babysitting club. Very unique.
Wow. Okay. Rosa, te toca hoy cuidar a los niños y mañana me toca a mí. Wow, that's crazy. ¿Son los que no toman agua?
Now down below us is one of my favorites. These are the Gemsbok, the South African oryx, found in the Kalahari Desert there in South Africa. Both male and female are exactly alike. The Gemsbok are famous for those 4-foot-long spear horns and the black and white mask on their face known as a war mask, all of which is used for intimidation within the herd. Whoever dominates is going to have access to the most food and water. The South African oryx. There's actually 5 species of oryx in Africa. We're going to see a couple of them today. Over on the side of the hill is the notorious Cape Buffalo. 1,900 pounds of horns and hoof and absolute dynamite. Have no camouflage strategy, don't care, don't need it. We're not afraid of anybody kind of attitude, and they back it up. They are considered the second most dangerous animals in Africa. When threatened, they actually gang up together and circle around their babies. Then the herd mobs the predator, known to stampede over lines all the time. Folks, they're absolutely fearless. Now, they might look lethargic and slow and lazy, but they're actually quite agile and quick. Their top speed is 40 miles per hour. They're actually faster than the lions. Coming up in your left are the reticulated giraffes. Reticulated all have the same caramel brown color blocks with the white netting in between. Now giraffe skin is actually gray-white. What you're seeing on that skin, their tiny little body hairs, just like your own eyebrows. They give you the caramel as well as the white color. When a giraffe is born at 6 feet tall, it grows about 6 inches per month in its first year, doubling its height by its first birthday. And then as adults will average around 17 feet. They're the watchtowers of Africa. Not only tall, but they can see clearly for well over 2 miles and act as the sentinels to let everybody know when it's time to skedaddle. You have your Somali wild asses on your right, and one of our Barbie red sheep there. We transition out of savanna and head up to our wooded forest. Now get your cameras ready, because right next to the fence here are the roan antelope. Both male and female are exactly alike. The roan have their own type of mask called a clown mask, a white muzzle with a black nose. The roan name in Latin stands for horse-like horned horse, due to the horse-like face that the animal has and the long, broad, wide neck that it also has. The roan have an interesting social behavior. The females are territorially dominant, and that's unusual in the antelope world, but that really means to us the males are lazy and the females run the show here at the park as well as in Africa.
The setup se me hace más bonito aquí que en Animal Kingdom. En el Animal Kingdom,
Now to the left you can see the beautiful vista of our African tour.